The video you clicked on is no other but creepypasta. Different video that I wanna make says I was very interested in creepypastas to say about this one for myself. So I was very interested in creepypastas, so it's probably about one myself. So for ado, please enjoy the creepypasta and hopefully it does well. Thank you so much. I'll be reading along. June 2nd, 2025. Nintendo America. Hi, I'm Thomas. Originally, Nintendo co-worker. It was the development of the Switch 2. Everything was going great. The fight was connected by Ted was a software programmer. Outside of that, we hung out a lot. One day, we headed to the storage room. Once we headed, and we saw a Nintendo Switch 2 with a computer. We checked it on. Checked it. Looks like some files are corrupted. Ted said, at the computer, aka Thomas, checked on them. They were supposed to be files that every Switch 2 needs, like no modifications or powering files, so it can't be unusable. I know breaking Switch 2s is a bit too much, but I need to get the job done. Ted came up. Maybe try resaying it? He said, but if I did, the system would lose its memory. I said, but someone had been working on this thing. I can't just erase it. The point. Ted realizing we stood there about a few minutes. Ted spoke up. Let's ask someone to help. Like Josh, Ted said. Like Josh, who is an expert in software. Yeah, he said. We talked about out of the storage room and find Josh. He was just in his office, computer and photos of workers on his walls. Ted came up to me. Thomas, I have an idea. I bet I am. We should experiment with a procedure. Why? Just trust me. We did an MRI connected with the Switch 2, Nintendo Switch 2, and maybe he may go into the Switch 2. Other than Josh and back at Ted, I yelled, "No, that's a terrible idea!" Ted looked around and sees some coworkers staring at them. I turned back to Thomas. What the heck is wrong with you? Ted walked up to Josh. Psst, Josh, Ted whispered at Josh. We need you for something. Josh looked at Ted with a concerned look. what you need, he said. Come to the storage room with me and Thomas. We entered the storage room and the computer was still on, but it was low battery. Josh looked at us, then the computer, then he said, "Is this what you asked me for? These files are corrupted," Thomas said. "I know, but you're an expert on this, right?" Josh was annoyed. "I can modify the system, but it'll be brick, and I don't want that." Ted walked out and grabbed a MRI. "Okay, here it is," he said. I looked at Ted. "Is this a good idea?" I asked Ted. He said, "I just need to plug in the dot cable into the HDMI and to the MRI, and Josh will go into it." Josh said, "Why me? You're software available. You should do this. So you're just gonna put me into the Switch 2? Quit," Ted said. Josh, "Here does nothing," had no luck. As Josh heading to the MRI, I said, "I'm sorry, this was Ted's idea." Josh was fine. Ted closed the MRI, plugged in the Switch 2 stuff in the MRI output, and it's the MRI, and Ted with the MRI remote. He said, "Here goes, we left the room, so it went to our ears." About a few minutes passed. We entered the storage room with the MRI. We heard it was quiet when we opened up the MRI, and Josh was gone. We walked to the Switch 2 and unplugged the HDMI to the computer, and well, we didn't unplug the power cord because there was no reason to. I detached the Joy-Cons and pressed the power button. And once the computer changed to the Nintendo Switch menu, it was gray. "Does the Switch 2 hardware background?" No, Ted said. Other Switch 2s just have white and black. "Interesting," I said. Then we heard a voice coming from the Switch 2. "You came back, Thomas and Ted." "Is that Josh?" "Indeed, I'm inside the Switch 2," Josh said. The screen went flickering without touching a single button. The system settings was on it. That's a bit normal. "What's happening?" Ted said. "We see the system settings, but Josh moved the camera. This is the other settings," Josh said. "Okay," said Thomas. "We never add this at all. This is my personal settings. See, these towards once the system was modded, I can take this off, and the system is no longer usable." I started to freak out. "You're gonna see what happens once I unplug these cords?" I was shaking. Ted was too. "Good," Josh smiled. Good. He unplugged the cords. The switch turned off. It's a new single error on the computer. Josh, you should hear me. Replug the cord now! I yelled. Josh said, I can hear you, even when the switch is unusable. Ted jumping fell. How? Without word, the switch to turn on. Josh walked up to us from the screen. Action control, the switch to. Then behind him, the cord was loose, and the screen was flashing. We jumped and fell, and tried to turn off the switch too. In a panic, but nothing was on it was overheating. We took out the switch too from the dot. We dipped in water that Ted found that would stop that. I said, silence. Warn the CEO, we said. The switch to was corrupted. CEO said, so? I said, what? What do we do? He said, what do you mean? Sear it. 3 days later, we found an empty switch tube box. We put it for the accessories in the dot in the box and tape it around. The CEO wants us to ship it to Chicago, Walmart. But instead of showing the workers, we had it in the Walmart storage room. Deep into it, we looked at each other. I hope no one buys this switch, I said. Me too, said Ted.